What if I told you time travel was real, but not like in the movies? Forget joyriding through the Roman Empire or going back to give your younger self winning lottery numbers. Imagine a reality where time travel is a terrifyingly powerful tool, locked away and guarded by the most secretive authorities on the planet. A tool used not for sightseeing, but for survival. This isn't about fixing personal regrets or witnessing historical moments for fun. This is about preventing total, complete catastrophe. Think about it. What if every major event in our history books, every war, every discovery, every rise and fall of an empire has already been meticulously managed, manipulated, nudged, and corrected by unseen hands to prevent something far, far worse? Maybe there was a version of history where a minor conflict in the 20th century spiraled into a global nuclear winter, wiping out humanity. So, a time agent was sent back, not to stop the war that would cause too many ripples, but to subtly influence a single decision. To change one general's mind, downgrading the apocalypse to the brutal but survivable World War we know. What if the Black Death we read about was actually the better outcome? Perhaps in the original timeline, a far more virulent plague left Europe a barren wasteland for centuries. And time agents had to introduce a less deadly, though still horrific, strain to create some level of herd immunity. The history we learn, the one we call our own, might just be the least destructive, most stable version of the timeline that could possibly exist. It's not the true history, it's the best-case scenario history, patched together through countless sacrifices, and the people who make these changes. They aren't heroes celebrated in parades. They are ghosts, phantoms in time, whose only job is to choose the lesser of two evils. Their success is measured by the disasters you never knew happened. This brings us to a chilling realization. Even the tiniest change, the smallest ripple, could cascade into a tsunami of unintended consequences. Let's say an agent feels a pang of compassion and decides to save a single, insignificant family from the eruption of Pompeii. It seems harmless, right? A small act of kindness. But what if a descendant of that family, centuries later, becomes a ruthless tyrant who plunges the world into a dark age? Or what if their survival prevents the birth of a genius who would have cured a future pandemic? Saving one life could inadvertently lead to the erasure of millions. Rescuing a doomed ship could alter trade routes so drastically that a continent starves. Every action has an equal and opposite and often catastrophic reaction across time. This is the fundamental law of temporal mechanics in this world. The butterfly effect is not a theory, it's a weapon of mass destruction. So, interference becomes the ultimate taboo. The prime directive is absolute. Do not engage. Do not alter. Do not save, even when it tears you apart inside. Imagine being a time agent, standing invisibly on the deck of the Titanic. You know exactly how to prevent the tragedy. A word to the captain, a warning to the radio operator. It would be so easy, but you are forbidden. You have to stand there and watch as thousands of people face their fate because the calculations have been run. The data proves that preventing this one sinking would somehow, some way, lead to a far greater loss of life down the line. Maybe a world war starts a decade earlier. Maybe a critical alliance never forms. You have the power of a god, but you are forced to be a passive observer. Your only job is to let history play out, no matter how much it hurts. This is the terrible burden of the Time Guardian. They witness humanity's greatest tragedies, holding the power to stop them, but are bound by a duty to let them happen. Every moment of suffering they watch is a calculated sacrifice for the greater good of the timeline. They are the silent protectors of a reality that will never know their names or the horrors they prevented. They carry the weight of all the lives they could have saved, but didn't. And what about our own lives? If this kind of time travel is real, it reframes everything we think we know. Free will might be an illusion, a carefully constructed stage play where we think we're making choices, but the script has already been edited for safety. That lucky break you got, that near miss on the highway, was it just luck, or a subtle course correction from a temporal guardian fixing a minor deviation before it could spiral out of control? Conversely, what about the tragedies in our own lives? The losses we've suffered, the hardships we've endured? Could it be that these events were deemed necessary for the stability of the timeline? It's a deeply unsettling thought that our personal pain might be a required data point in an incomprehensibly large equation. If time travel truly exists, then the greatest act of humanity, our most profound sacrifice, might be restraint. It's the conscious decision made by a hidden few to possess the ultimate power to change everything and to choose not to. To know you could erase every mistake, prevent every sorrow, and cure every injustice. But understanding that the cost of doing so would be the unraveling of reality itself. It's a power so immense that its only responsible use is to not use it at all. The temptation would be constant, a siren song promising a better world. But the guardians of time know the truth. Every attempt to create a perfect utopia only paves the way to a new, undiscovered hell. So the next time you look back at history, with all its flaws and horrors, consider this. Maybe the most haunting thought isn't that our timeline is fragile and easily broken. The most haunting thought is that it's already been repaired as much as it can be. That this imperfect world we live in is the result of countless edits and painful compromises. That this is the best we could get. The silent, invisible war for our existence has already been fought and won over and over again in the corridors of time. And we are living in the fragile peace that followed. What do you think? Is this stabilized version of history a comforting thought or the most terrifying idea you've ever heard? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more what ifs